Snowy, excited for leg day, baby. Welcome to Rooted. We're going to be focusing on the lower half of your body today. Now for this workout, we're going to need some mini bands, we're going to need some dumbbells, everything from moderate to heavy if you got it, so grab it and get ready to go. Now for this first circuit, we're going to be rocking that mini band. So go ahead and put it down near your ankle, somewhere below your knee and above the bottom of your foot. We're going to get started with 3 different moves, and I'm going to give you 6 minutes to go as many rounds as possible through these 3 moves. First one is an alternating mini band side step. So you sit down low in that squat position, step to the right, that's 1, step to the left, that's 2. You're going to go all the way up to 20. Once you're done, you drop down into a plank position with the mini band on. We go mini band plank jack. So 1, 2, 3, also up to 20. We're gonna keep it easy for you. And then the very last one, you're back on your feet. Now we go drop squats. Both feet go out, hips get all the way down, heart rate goes up. Guess what the rep count is? 20, you guessed it. So those 3 moves, 20 reps of each, as many times as you can. Let's get started in 3, in 2, and 1. Your time starts right now.
20 total, right?
20 total, yes. Now the lower that mini band is, the harder you are going to have to work. It's because it creates a longer lever effect, which means you gotta generate more power from your hip action, from your glute, to extend your leg out to the side. We're staying down low in that squat position to start to activate our quads as well. They are primary movers anytime we are working our legs, in addition to our gluteal muscles.
God. It's not a race.
You don't want to say that because you're going to win it. When you go into your drop squat, make sure you're sinking your hips all the way down. I can't tell you how many times I see people do drop squats like this, where they separate their feet out and bring their hand down to the ground, but their hips stay up in the sky. I would rather your hands not touch and you just focus on getting super, super low, spreading your knees out wide to really stretch that mini band all the way out. These 2 are done with a full round. They're getting back on that first exercise, going into that mini band side step. Now, Brandon showing us exactly what not to do on that side step. You don't want to drag your foot back in. You step it out, you step it in. Your foot should physically leave the ground both times. That way the band's not working, you are working. Now when you go into your mini band plank jack, pretend that there's a dumbbell in between your feet. Your feet should not touch the edges of that dumbbell. So you start maybe hip width distance, maybe even a little bit wider. You jump it all the way out. You bring it all the way back into that starting position. No closer than that. Cassie, are your bunsies starting to talk to you? They're saying hello. It's time to get working. Now you guys are already over that 2-minute mark. You have less than 4 minutes to go in this first AMRAP circuit. Going through these moves as many times as you can, really starting to warm up the outer hip region, that glute med, glute min muscle area. So this is right where I want you to be feeling the work happening from that mini band. When we go into our second warm-up circuit, we're gonna be digging in more to that main gluteal muscle, what we call your glute max, and we'll hit your quads a little bit more as well. Now at the rate these 2 are moving, they're gonna be going for 4 rounds total, maybe even start to work their way into a 5th round. When you're doing your mini band side step, both legs are working, even though only one leg is moving. Because as you step it out with your left leg, your right leg is having to be that anchor point. Think of it like a tent. When you stake that tent into the ground, you might only have one stake down. That's the anchor until you get those other points planted. Same thing is happening here with your legs. As you step out with one foot and the other one's in motion, this leg is having to do a lot of work to really anchor yourself in, and therefore your quads and glutes are firing up to prevent your legs from moving side to side. When you go into your mini band drop squat, make sure you're taking your feet all the way out, sinking your hips down. When you do these 20, your heart rate should start to creep up a little bit. You should start to feel you're getting a little bit short of breath. Nothing crazy. If we're talking like scale of 1 to 10, we're gonna be operating somewhere between a 4 and a 6. How we doing, Brandon? Where are we at on that 1 to 10 scale?
Definitely a 9.
Definitely a 9. Okay. Workout's gonna be brutal for you then today.
You are such a cheater.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
Cheater. Come on, you're only cheating yourself if you don't finish out those drop
It's the
squats.
warm up.
Come on. We got 90 seconds to go. Cassie is gonna finish this entire round. Brandon, you done with your drop squats? Okay, Brandon's getting started on another round. He's gonna try to finish this one out without dragging his feet. Yeah, stomp the yard, B. What up, Nick Cannon?
Woo! It's hard. Don't look at me.
Don't look at you.
Don't look at me.
Make sure you do.
I'm feeling mine. I feel it.
When you're doing your mini band side step, when you're doing your drop squat, make sure you can see your toes as well. Sometimes what happens is as we are fatiguing, we start to shift our weight forward and we're kind of stepping our leg out, doing a little chicken wing with that leg. You want to make sure your hips are always pushed back, really feeling that stretch in through your glutes, quads are supporting you, and then you step out from the right to the left there. Cassie's gonna do all 20 of her drop squats, and then she's just going to hold a squat until time is up. Brandon is gonna finish his 20 plank jacks, and then he's gonna hold a plank until time is up, because we are looking at less than 20 seconds to go. What exercise are you on? If it's the drop squats or the side steps, finish and then hold a squat. If it's the plank jacks, finish and then hold a plank. Mini bands are coming off in 8. In 7, we're gonna grab a moderate set of dumbbells. In 6, in 5, in 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, go ahead and take your mini band off. Give me your eyes. We're gonna go 3 minutes, right leg only. So you're gonna take your dumbbells in your hands. You're gonna go 10 reverse lunges. Right leg stays forward, left leg stays back. When you finish your 10 reverse lunges, set your dumbbells down. We go 10 toe taps on the right leg, and then 10 track starters on the right leg. 3 minutes, as many rounds as possible. Your dumbbells better be in your hand.
I didn't see that.
Get on your feet. Get on your feet.
I didn't see that.
We're going in 8 seconds. Right leg forward for 3 minutes. 10 reverse lunges, 10 toe taps, 10 track starters in 3, in 2, and 1. Get started right now. Time is on.
Can you show me where it says toe taps? I didn't
Nope.
see it. I didn't see it.
I'm taking creative liberties. I'm painting my masterpiece. So going full range of motion on those lunges, taking your leg all the way back behind you, getting your knee low into that hovering position. We want 90-degree bend into both knees. Cassie's showing you what it looks like from the side. Press through your heel when you stand up. A lot of times what happens is we push off our back foot. Really think about pressing down. Then she's going right into her toe taps. Notice how she's staying low in that isolated lunge. She's not bumping up and down. After she finishes those 10, right into those 10 big track starters. Fingertips getting all the way down to the ground. We're looking for a 90-degree bend into that front knee. Lots of power, full explosion on the way. Hey, put the dumbbells down and do your track starters. Come on, don't make me actually kick your butt. Once you finish your 10, right back in it on the right leg. Now we're gonna stay on the right leg for 3 full minutes.
What?
Then we'll do the left leg for 3 full minutes. That way we know we're getting equal amount of work on both sides. That took about 1 minute and 10 seconds for Cassie. So here's what she's gonna be shooting for. A whole nother round plus 10 reverse lunges. If you're keeping pace with Cassie, that's gonna be your goal as well. If you're over here working with Brandon, you're going for 2 complete rounds. You better be starting those lunges, you're not in. Now when you're doing your lunges, make sure you're keeping your chest tall. Your shoulders should be stacked on top of your hips. So from your hips up, it almost looks like you're just sitting into a chair. We're not leaning forward at all. Really focus on dropping your knee down, but chest stays pulling back. start to feel good, feel ready for what's to come later. That way, when we do start to get into the actual workout circuits, we are more than ready to go. We spend a little extra time loosening everything up so that by the time we are picking up those heavier weights, our legs are fully engaged and supported. All right, just like I said, Cassie's got about 20 seconds to knock out those 10 lunges. Brandon wrapping up his track starters, the right leg. In 10 seconds, all we are doing is switching to the left. 10 lunges, 10 toe taps, 10 track starters. In 3, 2, 1, go ahead and get started on that left leg right now. No matter where you are, left leg right now. Don't even worry about finishing it out because it's gonna take you about 3 minutes to do the same amount of work. Now, if you were kind of keeping it up with B, you're gonna be shooting for those 2 full rounds on the left leg. If you're with Cass, 2 rounds plus the 10 lunges. Somewhere in that mix is where we want to be aiming for. Now, when you go into your toe taps, you will naturally lean forward. We talked about that vertical profile when you're on your reverse lunges. That is true when you are doing the lunge. But when you stay in that isolated place, then you will actually drop your chest. The reason is because we want to hinge our body weight forward into our heel. Make sure you're lifting your toes so that you're not working into your quad, Brandon, but so that you feel it in your glute muscle.
Nope.
You know, maybe it's just like you gotta have glute muscles to feel it in your glute muscle, so that could be it. That could be it.
That makes something off. That makes sense.
Does anyone else notice that it sounds like Brandon's dry heaving when he does these workouts?
It's got hard work. 1 round done.
All right, B, you're 90 seconds in. You got 90 seconds. You got to go right into that second round. Trying to minimize any rest time, especially in this first kind of section. When we get into our workout, you're going to probably be working for about 90 seconds before you get any rest. We'll break it down for you in a moment, but get used to this idea of continuous movement with very little recovery in between. Cassie's got new shoelaces. They don't like the lunges, huh?
Oh, my shoelaces aren't tight too.
Brandon, you shut your mouth and keep lunging. Brandon, you have 40 seconds to finish your toe taps. Don't rush them, lift those toesies, still burn it out. Cassie's wrapping up her track starters. She's gonna have the same amount of time to grab those dumbbells and do her lunges on the left leg. Finishing out for 2 full rounds plus the 10 lunges. What are you working on right now? If you got to that 10 lunges on the right leg, you gotta get through it on the left leg as well. Brandon's wrapping up his track starters and he's gonna have time to shake it out. If he finishes all 10, he's gonna hold a squat until time is up. We got 8 seconds. We got 7 seconds. Wrapping this thing up with a pretty little bow on top. In 3, 2, 1. That is it. First 12 minutes of your workout. Crushed. Very nice job. Grab a quick sip of water and get excited for what is to come.